Hi everybody, here we are in Carlisle and we're going to go for a little bit of a walk. We're near the walls of the castle right behind us, and Miss Molly
and ready to go.
No, we're just going to close up now. Let me just get these doors closed.
Door locked.
Okay, yesterday we arrived and paid £3.80 for the remainder of the day, of Friday, and the weekends is free. So you can see there's quite a few campers here. There were two of us when we arrived in the
van.
Yeah, when we arrived there were only two, but you can see there's quite a few. There's a few. Those guys over there are quite close to the railway line. You're going to get a lot of trains come through here, but to be honest, you hear them, but they don't disturb you or worry you at all. And how did you sleep?
I slept really well.
Yeah.
It's a skateboard park over there.
Yeah.
And it's a swing, and it's a park over there.
Yeah.
And it's a field to play frisbee over there.
Yeah, there's like Tim says, there's skateboard there. There's quite a big field on the other side, and I think the big attraction, well, it also does have a Sainsbury. So, and also very important is the subway.
No, they've got like 5 subways or something. Yeah. So we're just about to try out our second one.
Yeah, well, Timothy, we do allow him subways because it is a healthy meal. And
there's a train.
okay, there comes the train now. So those come through on quite a regular basis. So you do have that sound of train. But I think, you know, this is basically a free park up. Weekends is definitely free. They do lock the gates.
And it costs a lot to get out of here in the middle of the night.
Yes, they lock them. If you, how much is it, Timmy? There was
£45.
£45.
So you definitely don't want to have an emergency in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yeah. Then there's a number there that you can call. They will open it, but of course it's expensive. And there goes another train. They come through Tesco. Okay, Miss Molly, we'll see you in a little while, and there's the fort at the back. We're going to go down to get something to eat. Because Timothy getting stuck into a subway.
Good.
Okay, just 5 minutes walk from the parking is this little market, this flea market, and
It's not a flea market.
no, it's not a flea market. You quite right, you corrected me there.
A town market.
Yeah, like a Saturday market.
Show some of the stuff. It's so nice. All made out of driftwood. And I just love them.
It's very nicely made. They're very cute, little birdhouses.
Oh, where's that one that
I don't even know what it is. They don't have a hole for like a little. Maybe there's just decoration for your garden.
And it's a 2
Very
level.
likely.
It's a 2 level on the back.
Yeah, so you get very cute.
The soap store.
Yeah.
Things that you can buy here.
Timmy likes this store here, the soaps.
They smell good.
Yeah, got a nice smell. It's just got music in the background, so it's going to have to just cut off here. I don't know if you've ever watched Camper Vibes. That's a very nice vlog. Really enjoy it. But Emily, sorry, I had to think of you when I saw all this. I think you would have been a new element here. But anyway, a big shout out to Camper Vibes, and yeah, watch your vlog. It's really good. Okay guys, this is the castle, the Carlisle Castle. You can see those big walls. And at the moment they're doing a lot of work, a lot of renovation on the main tower inside. But we'll go inside that, we can still get inside. And in front of you you have the moat. This would have been filled up with water in those days. This castle here, this goes back 500 years, so it's a long time. On this spot, there used to be a Roman, I think, again, please, I think I'll correct myself, I think it was around AD 775. The Romans had one of their fortresses here. It was part of the Hadrian Wall, and then later on this castle was put here. You can see that would have been the moat. This access here is just a more recent. They would have had a drawbridge here. Now this castle has, I think it's seen as many as 10 sieges. It's one of the most attacked places in Britain, and the one that to me stands out, and I'm just like very interested in the character himself, was Robert the Bruce, the Scottish king. Now we go back to 1314, and he actually won quite a big battle against the British, or the English then, and he then came on to this area here, to this castle, and when he got here, he wasn't evidently he wasn't really good at attacking these type of establishments, castles and that. And Robert the Bruce's men would have come across here. This would have been a moat in those days, and they would have got to the gate. Now that gate has got two gates. That one ahead would have dropped down, and then behind it they've got that big wooden gate. Now his men got here and they couldn't get past these doors, and what was happening as well at the same time, just above you, they had the men shooting arrows down at them, and not only that, they were throwing hot sand as well as crushed mussel shells, yeah, and there was something else as well, lime. They would,
lime.
yeah, heated lime they would throw down. And what did that lime do? It would actually, if it got in the eyes, it actually blinded them. Yeah. So his men had to actually retreat. I believe they did have a catapult, but the catapult didn't really
Do much.
yeah, it didn't do much. It didn't really work that well against the castle. And then what they tried, I think it's called a siege machine. It's a big device made out of timber with wheels on, and they would push it up against the side of the castle and go up the tower and cross over onto the walls. But what they didn't or anticipate is the bad weather here in Carlisle. So what they did is they evidently, in the moat, they put a lot of hay and mud in that, and they pushed their device across, but the rain made it too boggy and the device got stuck and they couldn't get it up to the wall. So that was a failure. So he had to eventually, after I'm not too sure how many days, maybe I think it was about 10 days, he had to give up and leave this fort, this castle, because he just wasn't going to get inside. Okay, when you come through the gate, you come into the grounds. Now we're just going to go, this section here, I don't believe was here where we're walking on at the moment. And if you look over Timmy's head, you'll see the moat. So this inner part of the castle, you had this section here. Those buildings are barracks, so you can just, for this situation that we're putting up now, you can ignore it, because those weren't there. You can see a bit of the wall of the castle there, and of course it's hidden behind those buildings, and it's there again. So that course, those walls would have gone right around. You would have had this courtyard, this huge big courtyard area, and then you would have had all the little houses where the commoners would have stayed, I would think. Then you had your moat, and you had a drawbridge across here as well, as you would have had outside. Then you get these walls. So if anybody got into this area through this gate, they would have still had to cross through the moat, over that drawbridge, and then you would have had to come through this another gate. Now that is the main, as I said, that's where the main castle is, up there. This is really a very nice place to come to, because there's so much to see here. Normally they're just ruins with bits and pieces of walls. So here you've got the entrance into the main area. That's where Timmy's walking now. Those doors wouldn't have, I don't think they would have been the original doors, but here they had that would have been, you can see there's a recess here. The gates, there would have been something inside there. You can see the old pieces of the gate down there. Anyway, so you would have come through the gate. Now these buildings here, they were built a lot later. Excuse me. Those were in the 1800s. So for our purpose, we're going to go now into the main. Now, just for just another little piece of interest. Queen Mary of Scots. She was actually kept prisoner in this area here, and that was around 1565. She was kept in an area that has since been pulled down. I think it was around here somewhere, but I believe she stayed here very comfortably until she was released. Now from here we're going to go into this area. Now there was a uprising. It was the Jacobites, and I think it was led by Bonnie Charlie. That was in 1745, and that uprising was crushed, and of course the Jacobites were taken prisoner. A lot of them were, and they were kept in a dungeon here. I'm going to show you that right now. This is
the dungeon, and where all the supplies were held.
It was it doubled up as a storeroom as well as a dungeon. So when the Jacobites were here, it would have been the dungeon. So you can imagine these men being crushed into this area. They overloaded them, overcrowded them, I should say. And this floor here has obviously since been put in. But now I don't know where you're going to see it. They say there are areas on this wall where they actually licked the walls to try and get moisture. Because I would think they were literally being tortured by not having any water. So they say they actually licked these walls to get the moisture or condensation off the walls. And another just interesting thing while we're talking about the Jacobites, they actually had to draw straws. And those who got the short straw were to be executed, those who drew the long straw were to be released. And there's a very famous ballad or song, Scottish song, it's called You Take the High Road, I'll Take the Low Road. Now, that was actually written by one of the Jacobites, and he got the short straw, so he wasn't going to go home, and that's what that song was all about. He was never going to go home again. So yes, I don't know, there must have been a lot of men in here. I'm not too sure whether between 70 and 90. I might be wrong on those figures, don't hold me to it. But you can imagine how crushed it would have been in here. Okay, so that's the dungeon. Okay, so what we can go from here.
Up these stairs.
Tim's going to lead us the way. Okay, in this room here, they've got a door, this wooden door that's displayed behind this glass so people can't touch it. But you can see the doodling or the engraving that was done to the door. Now, this they say was done by the guards whose job was to look after prisoners here. And obviously they had a lot of time to pass, so a lot of this engraving or doodling was done. Now if you go across, this area is closed off, you can't get in here, but there would have been rooms there, I would think, where prisoners would have been kept, one in there and one in there. Now if you look on the walls here, I don't know if it's going to come out so well, but you can see there's more engraving that was done on the walls. Someone that's just getting a bit of reflection from the glass. And there's some more doodles there, all these engravings. So this was done by these guys had a bit of talent, because it's quite good. Some of these things depict different coats of arms.
Thank you everybody that watches our video, subscribe, gives us comments and gives us a thumbs up.
We really appreciate, we do appreciate all the subscribers, all those viewers.
All the support that you guys are giving us is really helping us, and we're soon going to hit 100 subscribers, and that's a big milestone for us.
You're right. Yeah. Thank you. I can't say much more than that, and we're just going to go back now, get the van ready, and we're going to be off to the next stop.
Yeah, off to the next stop.
And did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Did you learn a bit?
Yeah.
I think this is a huge opportunity for Timmy to learn, and once again, just a big thank you to everybody.
Thank you everybody for subscribing and all the support.
Okay, cheers then.
Cheers.